This is so stupid. Hey, dude.
Hey man,
What
Why are you looking at us
what
weird? Why what?
the fuck?
What? What?
ready to talk Thunderbolts?
What are you doing?
We're waiting on you.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Well, hold on. Let me pause. Ahoy! Welcome to Hero Story Episode 6. My name is
Sort of.
Tyler. Subject to change. Got an asterisk at the end. Who else we got here?
Harper and Hunter. We are
Oh,
one of the same.
We're
That's
one and the
true.
same. Do the thing. Do the. We're,
Fused.
I don't. We went the
Ah,
same
I'm
way, and
not
we're probably
editing
not
that so that
together.
it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not
Can
doing that.
someone?
can you animate it?
Yeah. Can
All right, I'll hand draw over every frame.
can
Yeah,
you
it needs to be
animate
hand
that
drawn.
into like a 20-minute like fight sequence? That would be really
All
cool.
right. No, I'll just use AI. Anyway,
Oh.
um, it's been what 2 weeks? We didn't have an episode
Hmm.
last week because we
I
were
wonder
all
why that is.
lazy. I said I just didn't want to do it, and you
Yeah,
guys were like,
it was
yeah,
one of those times where I was so fucking ready. I was here, and you guys were like, "We can skip it." I'm like, "But my boys, where are they?"
yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't want to. Anyway, we got. So I guess that means that we have some stuff to catch up on. But obviously, the big thing is that there was a goddamn movie that we all
Mhm.
saw called
Mhm.
Thunderbolts with an asterisk at the end because maybe it's
Mhm.
gonna change. But
Yep.
before we get into it, there is some news. I guess to start off with some sad news.
Shouldn't we get
Um,
into Thunderbolts first?
I think let's just get this out of the way first.
Well,
No,
before you get
what
into
do you?
some sad news here,
Okay.
I just want to point out, hey audience, we're uploading on YouTube every single week. We're uploading a video that isn't the
Oh,
podcast, whether it's made
yes.
by myself, Tyler, or Harper. But expect something every single week from like a 10-minute video, maybe 20-minute video, potentially an hour one day. But it's just a video where one of us do a solo thing based on a thing, whether that's
Yes.
werewolves, an Iron Man comic, Thunderbolts comics, One Piece, just something in general that one of us make, and it's edited. It's not just us sitting here talking to camera like the podcast is. It is fully
Mhm.
edited with sound effects and explosions and a full animation of Harper and I
And
doing the fusion
AI.
dance,
Yeah.
Yeah,
fighting.
the editing aspect is it's the selling point and also the thing that makes me want to die.
Yeah, no, me
Because
too,
Yeah,
dude.
same,
Oh my
same. It
I
God.
sucks.
love
Fuck, dude.
doing it, but this is gonna sound like just like the biggest asshole I've ever sounded like. But I can empathize and understand George Lucas now constantly tinkering with Star Wars because fuck me,
Oh,
I
you don't
am
think
never
you've gone
happy
too
with.
far in a few
I'm
places.
never happy with anything I make. It's
No,
always like,
yeah.
oh, but I could put this in, and it just
And then
keeps
you're like,
going.
you know what? I've watched it enough times in the edit. I don't need to watch this whole thing over again. And you upload it and you're like,
Yeah.
I fucked that up. I fucked that up. That's on the internet forever. I fucked it up.
Yeah, I fucked it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, it happens.
But yeah.
I feel
Tyler
like that.
is,
I feel
or
like
sorry.
that part doesn't bother me as much because we've done a podcast. Tyler and I, you and I have done it now for 200 episodes. These guys have done it for 300, and we fuck up so religiously on this show
Yeah, no,
that
yeah.
it doesn't matter anymore.
That's fine.
I just listened for some reason. I just picked the breakup episode of Hero Story the
To
other
listen
day,
to.
driving home from work, just to listen to, and it is the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. And just listening to like where we were at. Just like insulting each other over movie tastes. It was like that's on the
For
Oh,
internet
me,
forever.
you sent that
It's
clip.
us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
sent the clip
dude,
of Harper or no, of Hunter going, I don't know why people see Aquaman as a guilty pleasure. And it's because it's a
and
bad fucking movie,
yeah,
dude.
and we both go because it's bad. It's a bad movie.
yeah,
And
I
we
was
had
being
to,
attacked there.
that was the
Yeah.
episode that Tom was
Um
on, and Tom's just yapping, and we're just like insulting Tom back to his face, and he's like, "Oh, geez, what did I do?" It's so good.
um
Uh,
yeah, I think I like the little groove we're in with the videos and stuff. I think they're doing well. The YouTube's
hmm.
doing well. I'm happy for it. I'm
Well,
excited. I'm having
It's
fun
actually, yeah,
with the
we've gotten quite a few subscribers recently,
like
and Tyler's
200 and
video, yeah,
yeah.
Tyler's video's taken off, and like we are
Mhm.
actually like gaining traction finally with these videos. So we don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Tyler has a video this week on the Thunderbolt comics. I have a video next week on One Piece manga arcs, and then Harper has a video the week after that where he's hand animating Harper and I doing the fusion dance,
yes.
Daredevil. It's me,
and
Daredevil.
Oh
that's
yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah, Daredevil. And a werewolf
check out
video,
the just look.
which if you're gonna be like, yeah, do what I did watching the werewolf video audience, where you watch 5 minutes and then give up.
I watched it all. I
I'm not
enjoyed it.
kidding. I just didn't finish it. I was like, you know what? I'll watch this another day. I guess I haven't gotten back to it yet. You know what?
I enjoyed it,
Now that I think
Harper.
about it, I liked it. I liked it enough. I just, you know what? I guess werewolves aren't my thing. When I make a
It's
video about zombies, you don't have to watch it.
What if Tyler went?
I want to sit here and be all hurt, but I still have not watched your best Marvel comic like the first one you did. I still haven't watched it, so like it's alright. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's
It's
okay.
like what if Tyler sat
think
and
it
watched
will happen.
Thunderbolts, and after the opening scene, he left, and was like, I liked it. I did. I couldn't finish
Yeah.
it, but I liked it. He only watched the opening.
I'll take it. Because it means there's an area of chance that if he kept watching, he would have disliked it the more it went on. So I'm happy for him
That's
to
true.
drop out.
Yeah. Maybe
Good
it's better for
video.
me to have no opinion on it than I watch it and go, "This is fucking bullshit, dude."
It is fucked
I
up
just
though, 'cause,
changed
like,
I changed the
day it
password
was
to the
uploaded.
YouTube.
You went good video, Harper, or whatever. And it's like you didn't even
Did I
watch
really?
it. I'm pretty sure.
I lied.
You didn't
Anyway,
even mention Skyrim werewolves. What the hell, man?
yeah,
But
dude,
yeah,
what the
check
fuck?
out look up a hero story on YouTube.
That's a great
I mean,
point. I'm
you're probably
sorry.
watching this on YouTube as well. If you saw there's gonna be something silly probably at the front of this video. Anyway, sad news. I don't know if you heard this, Harper, because it happened, I think, overnight. But
Oh no.
artist Butch Guice passed away. He relaunched. He one of the most famous things he did was he relaunched the Flash with William Messner Loebs, the first artist of Wally as the Flash. He did a lot of Brubaker Captain America. Dude's done shit since the I was gonna say since the 40s, for 40 years now, since the 80s. And so yeah, it's sad.
Damn.
I mean, he's one of those guys where it's like every time he was on an issue, you recognize his name, you go, oh, okay, this is gonna be a well-drawn issue. I have
He's recognizable,
nothing to fear. Nothing to fear with this issue. Maybe he didn't get the recognition that he maybe deserved because his art is really good. But yeah, that is a shame, I think. It's always a shame when we lose someone in comics.
It is recognizable, and yeah.
That those issues have really good art. I don't love them story wise. I think they're fine. but the art's really good.
Yeah, I mean it's still like the first guy to draw Wally is the Flash.
Yeah,
it's
true.
true.
It's true.
That's
it's
a thing,
true.
you know.
Did he do that cover? Did he do the cover with
Wally? I think
Wally
he
running
did do the cover, maybe.
That's great. If he did that, that's.
I mean, that is an iconic cover.
We should. This is really an episode where we should have JD, but unfortunately, he also died this week.
It's true,
and so we should bring that.
I guess we should bring it up, but
yeah,
that took Hunter out for a second.
But the thing is, what we did because we found his body, we shipped him to Wakanda, and he's gonna have the herb to bring him back. So
no. We dropped his body in the sea like they did with Megatron and Osama bin Laden.
And I thought you were gonna say and Killmonger, but sure, Osama bin Laden. Yeah, let's go with that.
A real terrorist.
Well, I don't know. What do you want from me?
We're treating JD like that.
Is that a hot take? Did I make a hot take?
That JD's a terrorist? I don't know. Maybe.
But yeah, the Wakandans found him. They're feeding him the herb right now, so he can be the next Black Panther.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
So he'd be the White Wolf. You ever see him out in the middle of a field just throwing hay at sheep with one arm? You know who you're looking at.
Where's the mission?
I do want to say, I hope one day, whether it's this week, no, it's not going to be this week, whether it's 10 years from now or 50 years from now, I hope one day JD gets to tell a story.
Yeah. It's not going to be this week. Yeah, no,
it's not going to be this fucking week, dude.
Tom's
comment on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
anyway, moving on. One thing we did miss, we don't have to really get in depth with it, but we missed a Fantastic Four trailer. It looks good. It looks fun. Looks like a good movie. I'm excited. I like it.
They played the old one at my theater last night. I was kind of sad.
Really?
Yeah.
No, they played the new one for me.
Yeah,
I didn't see either. I saw the Superman trailer for a billionth time, and I have an opinion on that trailer.
What about?
All my trailers are pretty good. I had Jurassic World. I had Mission Impossible.
I think Superman's going to be genuinely. I have faith it's going to be a good movie. I've now seeing that trailer for the 30th time. I think it's a bad trailer.
You mean teaser? You haven't even seen the trailer yet.
They haven't because they haven't released a trailer yet. It's still just a teaser.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I know we've been saying this for months now, but I genuinely do think probably sometime before Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible, which is in 3 weeks. So I think Superman will actually get a trailer ahead of that.
Okay.
I hope so. They kind of have
I think
to.
Superman appeals to both of those audiences.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they say that might be the biggest Memorial Day weekend for movies ever. So
Tyler, I don't know. You probably don't know this about Superman being, just a movie Zack Snyder Superman fan. But me, as a true Superman fan, I understand that Superman is actually for everyone. And so whether they market it for action,
I just like when it's for. I mean, I was surprised why I didn't put a trailer in front of Sinners. Obviously.
Yeah. No. Obviously. Yeah.
But there was a Superman behind the scenes thing again. The suit is
Sinners Warner Brothers.
Sinners is Warner Brothers. Yeah.
They genuinely actually should have put a trailer in front of Sinners.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, no, but they put the sneak peek before Minecraft, so that's also Warner Brothers.
So yeah, that was the smarter move. I think more people saw that.
Yeah. But you can do both. They wasn't a gun to their head to pick one.
Yeah.
Put it in front of everything.
I've just it drives me crazy how long they're taking to market this movie.
Hey, we should add this in now because it's earlier in the episode and more people will hear it. But speaking of Superman, I have an announcement to make.
You just start flying.
Yeah. I'm gonna take up. What does have Tyler? I'm gonna pause the announcement. I'm gonna let that simmer in the background while Tyler figures out his shit. You good, Tyler?
I had audio issues. Yeah, I could not hear you guys for a second. I don't know why. You saw me just going.
You back?
Yeah, no,
because this is
you guys now
pertinent to you.
What's up?
And I mean, also for Hunter. I'm gonna recruit the audience in on this. So, audience, if you're listening to this, prepare to see a post in the next couple of days. But next week, assuming that everyone's here, it's going to be the return or the inaugural A Hero Story Out of Context quiz.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It's back.
Interesting.
And the winner will have their Superman tickets paid for.
Ooh. You know what? No. I want to pay for my Superman tickets, so I won't win that
okay.
one.
No. If Tyler wins,
pay for my
he has
Mission
to pay for my ticket. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I wanna.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna recruit the audience. Would you like a teaser? I've got a teaser question that will not be used.
It's a full trailer, and it's just Tyler like going through his daily life. But it's
how'd you get that video?
He's like from a distance.
Yeah, in bushes and shit. Yeah, out of context. Okay. I mean, I guess.
Are you ready? Who said it? You look exactly like one of those truckers that like Evangeline Lilly was hanging out with. Man, who said it? And
was that me?
I want to say that's Tyler.
Or was it you?
Or it's Harper. Oh, so it's all like questions based on a hero story.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna suck.
He really did embrace
the glizzy.
Well, that's exciting. I'm going to listen to every episode of the podcast before next week to study.
Well, you are welcome to study.
Yeah, we're studying.
The next bit of news I have is really dumb, and I'm sorry for bringing it up. I just think it's really funny. It's got nothing to do with anything, but in Fortnite, they're adding Darth Jar Jar.
Yeah, I saw that.
You didn't see that, Harper? They're adding evil.
I've just woken up. It's 8:00.
No, this was like
last week.
And they're also
I've just woken up from last week.
How would?
They're also adding. They're gonna premiere the Tales of the Underworld show in Fortnite.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes in Fortnite. Why do I pay for Disney Plus if it's in Fortnite?
I know, man. I love it. Anyway, you gonna play Darth Jar Jar? Are we finally gonna get on fucking Fortnite if they add Darth Jar Jar?
I've wanted to get on Fortnite.
They're adding Grievous. They're adding Grievous, so he's pretty.
Oh my god! It literally is Darth Jar Jar. Are you for real?
Yeah, I mean, you know what else? Hot Toys just announced the Jar Jar Binks Hot Toy, so.
Yeah, but like at least that's just Jar Jar. That's a thing that exists. Jar Jar Binks is a character.
You prefer Jar Jar Binks to the idea of Darth Jar Jar?
The thing is, this theory was popular like 7 years ago.
Why would I want Darth Jar Jar? Darth Jar Jar is predicated on the idea that like Jar Jar was acting the whole time. Let him just be a stupid little alien.
What if he
canonically is?
You know, Revenge of the Sith had that re-release recently, so it's fresh in people's minds. But how about this? If at the end of Revenge of the Sith, when Yoda like broke into to Emperor Palpatine's place, what if the seat was turned, and it turned around, and it was Jar Jar, and he started talking normally. He was like,
Oh,
so you found out, huh, Yoda?
It is a bad omen to travel. Like,
Would have been a better movie.
I think it's a fun theory, but it was a theory before Rise of Skywalker. Why are they marketing it now?
It also like is a thing that only could have paid off back then, like in 2005. If you reveal Darth Jar Jar now, I'm not gonna watch Phantom Menace and be like, oh wow, this is some master manipulation from Darth Jar Jar. Fuck off.
Yeah.
What did you get?
Sorry, I don't want to out this guy, but a Hero Story Instagram just got a message from someone named Alexi. The Red Guardian's messaging.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! So full, so filled.
So full, so filled.
The last thing I wanted to mention, I just wanted to go over the fact that with Thunderbolts, we'll get into Thunderbolts, but with Thunderbolts, we're kicking off the summer movie season, right? And before we get into it fully, I just want to know, what movies do you think are 3 questions? What are you most excited for? What do you think is going to be the best? What's going to make the most money?
For the movies. Oh yeah, we talk about this
summer
all the time.
movie
It's always
season.
like it's a little difficult because I think when you're looking at this, you're thinking Superman, Fantastic Four, Mission Impossible, Jurassic World, and
Lilo and Stitch.
I don't think that qualifies for like I don't think it'll be. I think it'll be fine, but I don't think it's gonna make
bank though. Are you kidding me?
I don't think it'll beat the.
Are you out of
mentioned.
your mind? You don't think that's gonna make money? The live
compared to like Mission
the...
Impossible and everything. No,
it's gonna make more money than Mission Impossible.
All right, we'll put it in.
That's gonna be number 1. I think that's going to make the most money. 100%.
I just think that people are serious when they say they're tired of live action.
Sure.
Happy Gilmore 2 straight to Netflix. It's gonna make the most money.
Yeah, I look. It's a hot take. It's coming out of left field. I'm backing it.
I genuinely do think Lilo and Stitch most money. I'll stand by it. Number 2, I think best movie. I'm gonna go Mission Impossible.
Oh,
sorry. And then
most
excited, obviously, Superman for me.
Okay, for me, I think most money will be Fantastic Four First Steps
over Superman.
Over even Jurassic World. I don't think Fantastic Four is going to make more money than Jurassic World.
No,
Jurassic. I think Superman will
make. 2 of those made $1 billion.
I think Superman's going to make all 3 of them made $1 billion. I think Superman's going to be
Dominion make $1 billion?
Yes, it did.
$1 billion.
Wow, I think crazy. Superman's going to make more than Fantastic Four. I also do think Superman could potentially outdo Dominion, but not Dominion, whatever the new one is, the stupid Rebirth, right? But I don't think Fantastic Four is gonna. I think it's gonna be the least out of all of them.
I'm still gonna put my money on Fantastic Four. I don't know why. It's either that or Superman, but I want to think Fantastic Four might be.
I don't know.
I'm more excited for Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, what was the third thing?
What do you think's gonna be best?
Oh, the best Mission Impossible.
Yeah, or weapons, even.
That actually looks awesome.
Those fucking gonna be sick as fuck. Yeah. What about you, Harper?
I'm gonna say
most money.
Most money. Friday the 13th reboot.
Yeah.
What's the next one? Best movie.
I didn't even know about that.
Isn't that a show?
Is the next one best movie?
Yeah, best. Or what do you most excited for?
Friday the 13th reboot.
Okay, all right. I'm sensing a trend
category.
So the next category is going to be what's your most excited for?
Oh, Super Mario Brothers 2.
Oh, that's not this year, man. That's not this year. That's next year. That's next year.
Man. Well, I'm excited for GTA 6 this year, so that'll be fun.
Oh brother.
Brother. Dude, I saw that at like 11:30 last night, and I just like clutched my head to my chest. I was like, oh god.
You're Harrison Ford at Brave New World, and like you start to grip the pipe.
a couple movies we got that. So there's a movie called F1. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but it's Brad Pitt. It's Joseph. Yep. The thing is, it's directed by the guy that did Top Gun Maverick. And that broke out. So, and this is described as the racing Formula One version of Top Gun Maverick.
They're still going to be fighting people.
I think that's a dad movie. That could be like the one movie your uncle goes to see a year. You know, like I buy that at F1. But also that movie I think costs like $300 million. So, but so do all these movies. To be fair, a lot of these movies are going to cost a lot of money. So it's not really relevant, but I think that could break out. This Tron
Oh,
Ares.
Tron's not gonna make
No
that.
I
one
saw the
gives a
trailer for
shit.
the first time, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
Nobody
okay.
ever cared about Tron as a thing, right?
Wait,
Besides the first Tron.
so the Tron trailer was playing in the
Oh,
theaters, and as soon as it showed Jason, I was just Jason Momoa.
Jared
Jared
Leto.
Leto.
As soon as
Yeah.
it showed Jared Leto, Chelsea whispered to me, she's like, "Is that Morbius?" So
Annoying.
that's what people see him as now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Ballerina? Anything on that one?
I think it'll be good. I don't think it'll
It'll
make much.
I think I've lost my
uh,
faith in it being good, and I also don't think anyone's gonna go see it.
You know,
So
well, look, here's the thing. I think it has been given the best chance it could to be good. So whatever releases in cinemas, I think it will be the best version of it.
and it could
Because
be
Yeah.
the hell that it went through, and now they brought in like Chad Stahelski to just be like, "Oh, fine, I'll fucking do it. I'll make it." Like he's basically
fine.
shadow
Yeah.
directed a fifth John Wick movie now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think there's the opportunity for it to be good. Wow, lot of opinions when you bring up the John Wick movies. I'm in, bro.
Yeah. Last
I
one.
do think it'll never be as good as any of the John Wicks though.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree,
Um,
100% agree.
I think also last one. This is not going to make the most money, obviously, but this could be a very good movie. Is 28 years later.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Excited,
Um,
very excited.
yes, that's next month. I think June. It's not that
Yeah, it
far.
is a June movie.
I'm trying to think of what else there is. I that's all I can think of. But I think
Well,
that I think most
I
money. I
actually
you
want to
guys,
know.
genuinely
do,
I
Lilo and
want to
do
know
you
Stitch.
guys
Harper's
like
answer, like for real.
do you guys like Jeremy Renner?
Um,
Yeah, I
not
guess so.
really.
He was over
Not
my house
really.
the
You
other
should
day.
watch 28 Weeks Later. He gets lit on fire. It's awesome.
I've only seen 28 Days, so maybe I do have to watch 28
You
weeks.
got to watch the fire one, dude. It's awesome.
The
Do
Fire
you
one, you mean Avatar Fire and Ash? It's not a summer movie, but that's
When
probably
does
going to
that
make the
come
most
out?
money this year. December.
December?
That comes
So,
out this year.
You know what's
yeah.
crazy is they
I
filmed it
really, I
after
really,
two. They filmed it during COVID.
Yeah, they filmed
wow.
Avatar 4 before Avatar 2 came out.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I really like the second one, although I didn't see it. Okay, what are the first questions?
It was most
I actually
money.
want to know. Yeah.
Most money.
What most money? I want to say, like, I want to optimistically say Superman, but I think you're probably right about Lilo and Stitch. I don't think it'll be
I
Fantastic
think that's a
Four, although
four-quadrant movie. I think Lilo and Stitch appeals to the
it's a
moms who take
Disney,
their
it's a
daughter for
Disney kid
movies.
movie. Yeah,
It's like, come
exactly.
on,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, so is Snow
Um,
White.
Sure, but yeah, all
Yeah,
right,
no,
fair
I
enough.
get it. It's like more people care.
Also, millennials and Zoomers love Stitch. You know, we all grew up
Yeah,
with
I mean,
Stitch,
like,
so
isn't it crazy? Stitch, like Lilo and Stitch came out in, like
yeah,
2003 or something like
yeah.
that, and still to this day he's heavily marketed outside this
I
yeah,
movie.
love
Like,
that guy, man.
because he's
you,
freaking cute as fuck. Yeah, we
He
but
is
you
a
see
love
like
him.
cuckold.
plushes of him everywhere. It's like
Yeah,
he only
I had a
like the
pop
three
socket of Stitch
movies.
for a while. Yeah,
I moved the camera and I've got like a Stitch, but it's the size of that big bunny that Tony buys Pepper in Iron Man 3.
sure, yeah.
It's just 15 feet tall. It's a big bunny. Relax about it. Anyway,
Okay,
Tyler,
most
what
money.
best
Most
movie?
anticipated, or yeah,
You said
Most
most
Superman or
anticipated.
Stitch? Okay.
Oh, my most anticipated, the one I'm the
Hmm.
most excited for
yes. I mean,
personally. Oh, it
yeah,
has to be Fantastic Four. Easy.
really. Okay,
Interesting.
Yeah, like easy as fuck, and then like
Yeah.
Ballerina second.
why
Um,
Fantastic Four? I don't know why I
I
wouldn't
just think
expect that from you. I don't know why I don't necessarily think of you as a Fantastic Four carer at all.
Well,
Is it
I don't
Pedro?
think I don't think I'm a Fantastic Four carer. I think I believe so hard that like the cast is excellent and the movie, the vibes,
The
look
vibes, yeah,
good.
yeah, I got you.
Like
Mm.
I just to like interject myself and bring this up. I'm 2 years late, but I finally watched Loki season 2, and that is much the same. Like the aesthetic of it. I
Yeah.
love these Marvel
Yeah,
projects
it's like
that have such an
classic,
identity.
retro. Yeah.
Yes, you
By
like
the
when
way,
a
that
Marvel
Loki
movie feels like a real fucking movie.
That
Mhm.
Loki finale is the greatest thing ever made. I
Yes, it
Yeah,
actually
is.
like. I
told you.
still
We told you.
sometimes. I still sometimes. Okay, Hunter, and I said Breaking Bad was like the best show for 5 years. Shut up. Yeah, I still think about it, and I still get like choked up and teary.
You still think
I
about
really.
it, bro. You just watched it.
I like, yeah, but like usually I watch a thing, and like you, Hunter, you know how you get excited for a thing, you watch it, then you forget it the next day. I sometimes do that as well, but I'm still thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's still on my mind.
Yeah, it's excellent.
That is
The
that is
music's
best thing.
insane when he's walking
That's
up to
the
the
best
throne.
thing
Oh
ever
my
made.
God.
I knew this would happen though. I knew that I would say, "Oh, I watched a thing," and you'd be like, "We told you to what? Despite the fact that Tyler's favorite comic book of all time is one that I told him to read for 5 years.
It's true.
Out of curiosity,
I read it
show
without
ever
telling
made is
you.
Breaking Bad.
because Harper, we reviewed the Loki finale with you. So
I don't think you did because I went back to try and find. I could not find you guys talking.
It came
about
out. The
it.
thing
I
is
found
that the Loki
season
finale
1.
came out the same day as the Marvels. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
it was a
So
bad
talking about
day.
both.
It was a bad
Yeah.
day for Marvel.
But I don't remember you guys talking about it.
I don't know if we did an episode about it. I don't remember.
Not
yeah.
specific, but we didn't mention it. I'm like, did
What-
you have any spoilers that you knew about when you watched?
All I knew was like him walking out and getting the cool.
Like,
armor, but I
you've
didn't
seen
know-
like the suit and everything.
Yeah. I didn't know what the context of it was. I didn't know necessarily that the context would be the coolest thing I genuinely.
Yeah, he became the god of
God,
stories.
he's gonna look so cool in Doomsday.
Dude, if it's not that version, I don't want it. It has to be.
It is
right?
that. Why?
I mean, I guess it
what's
couldn't.
wrong
I guess
with
there's a
it?
reason.
I don't know. It could not be. I mean, he was
yeah,
in.
I guess
It's
was-
alligator Loki.
No, but like it could have just been like, oh, they flash back in time to something.
But that has to be relevant. Like that, it's the most relevant thing to happen in this multiverse saga so far. So
It's gonna be
Like
it's
he's
gonna
gonna
be
talk to
him and
Doom, or I
Yeah,
really hope
Doom
he
might-
has an interaction with
I th-
Thor. Like,
I think
he
he's
absolutely will.
I think he's Molecule
Yeah.
Man. 100%. I think he's Molecule Man.
yeah, I think so too. He's the
Um,
battery.
What about So what about best? What do you think is gonna be the best movie, Harper?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I was like, are you doing the thing?
Or no, actually, probably like I could see it being Mission Impossible. I haven't seen the last one, but like the
watch the-
upwards,
Oh my
the
god.
upwards trajectory of them.
Dead Reckoning is the best.
God, the
movie
trailer when he's on the
ever
pipe plane and
made.
it goes upside down, he's like just
Yeah.
reaching
Whoa,
like
Yeah,
he
oh,
actually
yeah,
did
that's
that
the-
shit. He's crazy.
That's the one where they released the trailer, but the audio was missing, right, Hunter? That's that movie. He's in the
no,
plane and he's going,
that's Mission Impossible
yeah.
1.
Oh, that's Mission Impossible 1. Oh, I haven't seen
Yeah,
that
from-
one.
the
from
movie that you're
1990.
named, the character you're named after, Ethan
That
Hunt.
movie
Uh-huh.
sucks. That movie's not good.
Mission Impossible 1,
First
it's
Mission
ridiculous.
Impossible. No.
Fucking crazy. I love it. It's
Not
so
a good
dumb. None of
I
it
don't
makes
mind
any
it.
sense.
No,
2 is
nothing
way
sense.
worse. 2 is
2
way worse.
sucks.
2 is
3's
definitely
3's
worse,
mid,
yeah.
4's good, 5's good, 6 and 7 are
So good.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Or insanely good, yeah.
Thunderbolts.
All right, let's
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts, yeah.
Let's do it. Let's talk about it.
Mm.
What you're here for? What you're here for? It was
I don't
good.
want-
I think we
I
all
don't-
agree it was good.
Yeah, I don't like necessarily getting into the nitty gritty of it, but I do kind of want to go over the box office. I think it's interesting as far as Thunderbolts goes because
It's been a
the
day.
previews, the Thursday night
Mm.
previews were underneath Captain America 4, which is not a great
Oh.
sign, right?
Is that
Cap 4
surprising? Because one of them is called Captain America.
But Cap 4 was a disappointment, I think. It didn't flat out bomb, but it was a disappointment.
Point still stands,
Is
though.
it-
It's named
Yeah, sure.
Captain
Yeah.
America.
And it's also Thunderbolts is about characters that nobody's ever heard of. Anyway, the opening is going to look like it's going to open 82 million, which is I think as around where Cap 4 also opened.
Yeah,
I think
was
what
gonna
this
say,
has
yes.
though is good word of mouth. So it could leg out. You got 3 weeks until Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible.
That's the danger.
Yeah, so if it stays in theaters enough and people like it, which I think they do, people going out of this like this movie and they recommend it to their friends and stuff and they say, Marvel's back on track. I think this could make it's not going to be like it's not going to make a whole lot of money, but it's going to be
Good
yeah,
lord.
it's critically
Yeah, people
acclaimed.
like it, yeah.
People like
No,
it.
like
so-
I knew the critic score was good. I wasn't expecting the audience score to be that good.
Yeah,
It's not
and so I
that
think
good.
I think it's gonna make its money back. I don't think it's gonna be a flop or a disappointment or anything, but the numbers aren't great. Right.
But you have the good mindset where it's like once Lilo and Stitch and Mission Possible comes out, it's basically done.
Yeah, it's kind of dead. in the
Because then
water
it's
at
like
that
a
point.
marathon of movies. Because then the week after that is Karate Kid Legend. The week after that is How to Train Your Dragon. The week after that is I'm just saying.
He tried to slip that in.
Oh
I had
shit,
to.
dude!
I had to.
How to Train Your Dragon's gonna make a lot of
That's
money too. I didn't even think about
hilarious.
that.
I'm just
You know,
saying, like we're having
all the
a lot
heavy
of
hitters of the year. You know the
Karate
It's
Kid's
a
like-
Karate Chan Karate Kid movie, man.
like a movie.
one's
a
seeing
movie
that.
is
No
like
one's seeing
It's like 5 years too late, even for Cobra Kai fans. It's crazy.
I'm excited for it.
No one's
That
seeing
is
it. Sorry, brother.
Yeah,
But
no
anyway,
one's seeing
I
it.
think
It's gonna make one
but
Karate Gilliam.
3 weeks.
I would put money on that being bad. I genuinely would put money on that being bad.
Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm kind of interested in
Like
this.
not
Like Rotten
like a
Tomato
not
score.
good movie, like an Aquaman. Yeah.
So like bad critic wise or just
No, but
bad?
yeah, like
Yeah,
he's
no,
saying like, what if he likes it? How do you define it
Yeah,
as
because
bad
then
then?
yeah, how do you
Then he
define
gets your
that?
money.
yeah, I'll say rotten.
Oh.
Okay. Well, how much?
Oh God, what are we fucking
Nine
doing?
900. I'm
Ugh.
not doing that. I'm not doing that.
10?
Okay, how about this? If you win, next time I see you at school, I won't beat you up for your lunch money.
I say it's fresh. Okay.
Okay, okay, there we
Yeah,
go.
He
deal.
needed that. He needed that.
I can finally eat.
But 3 weeks is a good amount of time for a movie to kind of, especially a Marvel movie. I think the thing is that people do want a Marvel movie that returns them to that old Marvel feeling. And if that is the general consensus coming out of this, I think that people will tell their friends to go see it. I think it's going to make its money back. Um,
Is anything
being-
going to make people feel that?
Actually,
Doomsday. Actually, Doomsday will. Go.
I
What's up,
think I
Hunter?
think Lilo and Stitch or How to Train Your Dragon might be the most money making because they're like spread out enough.
How to
When it comes
Train
to
Your
Superman,
Dragon
Fantastic Four, and
will do
Jurassic World,
well.
those are like back to back to back to back. They're all fighting each other
Mm.
here. And when you have like
Yeah, it's true.
families, they will pick one out of the three of those. They're not going to go see
I don't
all
know, man.
three.
I think
Very
that
true.
people, well, yeah,
Very true.
families, yeah, you're 100% true. But I think
Yeah.
that people are talking about how the fact that the box office is really warming up at this point where Sinners did unbelievable. Like Sinners had like historic numbers for the type of movie it is. It had like it did something like, most movies when the second weekend drop is like 50-60% or whatever. Sinners had a 4% drop. It made
Yeah, that's
basically the
crazy.
same amount.
Yeah.
And
I
its
mean, look,
second
And
it's
weekend.
got
word of mouth's
it's
important here
yeah.
too.
I was
Like
gonna
people
say
are
it's got
saying,
insane word of mouth. I'm seeing
Yeah.
it at like I'm seeing it in 6 hours.
Are you really seeing it?
awesome,
Oh, let's
nice,
fucking
good.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No,
Oh.
that's a lie.
Oh,
That's a complete lie.
I got
Wow,
excited.
you got
I got
so
excited.
excited.
I
And
was happy for you.
this
Sorry,
is it.
no.
I'm killing myself right now.
But
Anyway,
like you look back at 2023 or 22 where we got like John Wick, Shazam 2, Dungeons and Dragons
23.
and Super Mario all back to back and then Shazam 2 thankfully crashed. But also Dungeons
Yeah,
and Dragons
yeah, I
didn't make
agree.
enough either because it
Yeah.
was in between. Like we had Dungeons and Dragons which made a lot of money first week and then Mario came out the week after and it
Yeah,
just
it
got
was like
destroyed.
Mario made money, John Wick made money. I think Scream came out at the same time, made its money, but
Scream was yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, like D&D and Shazam just tanked.
And
I
this is
think-
our thoughts on Thunderbolts.
what I was gonna
Oh my
say,
God, we gotta shut up.
relating to Thunderbolts, I think what really matters, like you said, is the word of mouth, where people are not going to now show up for a Marvel movie just based on the logo anymore. Like it used to be that you could get three at least $1 billion movies in a row, right? You could sell Captain Marvel as $1 billion movie. But now that's just not the case, right? Now you need to convince people that it's worth it to go see the movie. And that's not just the quality of the movies, obviously that's ticket prices and yada yada. But I do think a lot of it is the quality of these past couple of years of Marvel movies, where it's like you get maybe one good one a year, and it used to be they were all pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
But I think this one, I do think that it seems to be like attaching to people in a way that I wasn't really expecting it to, and I think it's good enough to where I think people are going to go see it. I think it's going to do well, and I hope that it just like means fucking anything going forward. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Here's the thing.
I'm happy for it to do well. Like I definitely have nothing against it, but it doesn't feel like the Hail Mary return of Marvel.
Yes,
I mean,
I
everyone
agree.
is banking on the return of Marvel thing. I think if Doomsday comes out and Doomsday is really good, well, even Fantastic Four, like people are gonna say like, "Oh, it's the return
Marvel's
of Marvel,"
back. The best
but it's
Marvel
actually
movie since
not.
The Dark Knight.
It's actually not. It's like heating up before it ends, really. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
once
Yeah.
it's done.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So Thunderbolts, I thought it was a good movie. I would give it a thumbs up, but I feel like I walked out of it just kind of feeling underwhelmed.
Little disappointed. 3 days before Tyler, Harper, and I were talking, we were all really excited for this movie.
Yeah, because it was like
And then when it
getting
came out-
I think we've all been generally excited.
It's.
Like,
I mean,
Yeah,
not when it was
yeah.
announced.
Because it just
Not when it was announced.
No,
we,
no,
we
no,
used to
no,
shit
no.
on this movie,
But I remember
think,
when the first trailer came out, and we were just like, "That actually
Oh
looks
wow,
kind
yeah,
of
Yeah,
good."
that's awesome.
But
Yeah.
I think
I was
what
like
really
Bucky.
what got to me was like the marketing of it was like a lot of this is practical, a lot of this is in camera. Like we have like real people making real movies on this one. And then the critics loved it. Allegedly, I guess. I mean, if you look at the individual reviews, which I've read, like a lot of them aren't super hyped on it, but
Yeah, no,
they liked it
yeah,
enough. And it seemed like it also had a position in the MCU that was like right for exploring, right? Where it's like, okay, this is going to actually maybe be an important one. Because that's also an element of seeing Marvel movies. It's like, not just, is this a good movie? But it's like, is this going to matter in the long term? And I think that this kind of has all of those things. But like you said, I don't think it's necessarily the Hail Mary. I also don't think it's as, like, people keep saying that it's really like a standout or unique MCU movie. I just feel like this is a very,
it's very,
I think
feels
this
like
is
a Marvel movie.
literally just Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, and I don't think it's anywhere as good as that original Guardians movie as well.
Yeah.
I think it's the MCU formula working again, as opposed to
I think I was
something completely
on.
new.
I think I was spot on. It's a Marvel Phase 1 movie. You know when Ant-Man came
100%.
out and it felt like people were like,
good,
this, it is good, but like, in
I mean, it's a good example.
retrospect, yeah, it's a movie that came out and people were like, well, we should be doing bigger and better things at this point. We shouldn't be doing small movies again. And it was like, I really loved it. And I think it is aged incredibly well, because I think we look back at a lot of that stuff now and we're like, that we
had
could
it
have
good.
Had this shit.
Yeah,
we had that. It wasn't that bad. I'm telling you,
happy 10-year anniversary to Age of Ultron. By the way,
yeah, dude. Honestly, a pretty good movie.
Which everyone said was the
it.
worst MCU movie at the time.
Not.
Yeah.
It's not.
No, it was. Yeah, it wasn't even at the time. Yeah, that's true.
And you know what? You know what? I'm gonna say it. Thor 2 is not the worst movie ever made.
No, it's not. No, it's not the worst movie ever made.
It's not good.
Absolute cinema. No, you know what? I think it is more good than it is bad.
Thor 2? Sure.
The needle is like just...
Like, but I think that I'm like, man, you gotta watch Thor 2 with a different mindset. No, it's like...
No.
I think what you I think that your example of Ant-Man is correct. I feel like this is around like a Doctor Strange or an Ant-Man 1 or like just like you said, a Phase 1-esque Marvel movie.
Soft reboot on a
where it's
level.
just like a solid good time at the theater.
Yeah.
But I think what this needed, and the reason I think disappointed by it, is because by the time it ends, there's so much potential, I think, in where this is going to go, right? There's so much that they could build upon that they just can't, because Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom in a year, And I feel I kind of really feel like crushed by it. Like, I want to see, I guess, let's just get into the spoiler. You don't want to get into the spoiler?
I hit my hand really hard.
I thought you were screaming no when I said
no. I hit my hand really hard.
Oh, you poor baby.
Blowing it?
Yeah.
Ooh,
but
he's Spider-Man.
when we get the reveal of what they are at the end of the movie, spoilers obviously, but from now on, but they're the new Avengers, right? Which is
the biggest twist ever.
Interesting, yeah. But
we didn't see that coming.
My immediate thoughts are, okay, well, this is a team, like, okay, we have this really, really weird bunch of characters as our new Avengers, right? But next year, what the fuck are they gonna do against Doctor Doom? Like, this is the type of
Did
team...
you see them fight Sentry?
Exactly. But this is the type
away
of team...
to an elevator.
It comparing this to Guardians of the Galaxy, it feels to me as if, like, imagine they had Guardians 1 and then the next time we saw them was Infinity War. Like, they just look like fucking morons, right? This is a team, and this is an established part now, that I feel like you need to explore more before you throw them to the wolves.
Sequel,
and I feel like this is where we're at.
They spend most of this movie hating each other.
They spend most of this movie hating each other. When they become the new Avengers, the credits are all just every news site in the world going, what? And then the post-credits scene is them going, we're the fake Avengers. Nobody likes us. We're the losers. But let's get a movie about them being the loser Avengers. We're not going to get that. And that's, I think, what's really disappointing to me is that there's no place for this to grow, and it really has to, And I feel like maybe that's not fair for me to put that on this movie, because this movie is kind of a complete package in its own. But I just feel kind of I think I really feel the burnout of like what this is and what this used to be, you know? Like it used to be so good. It used to be so exciting to look forward to it. And I'm just like, oh my God, I really think Doomsday's gonna be the worst fucking movie ever.
It's not, but can I try and bring you back a little bit? I think I can restore your faith slightly.
Maybe.
Robert Downey Jr. is
I was
Doctor.
about to
So
say
here's
that,
the
I was
thing.
about to
Here's
say
the
that.
thing. Here's the thing. I don't know, man. It's just like I really want. Okay, this is my example. This is what this feels like to me. Last year, Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble,
Here we go.
right?
Here we
Second
fucking
time in a
go.
row.
Yeah.
And we were like, yes, he's going to finish the story. Let's fucking do it. And then The Rock comes in, steals the main event of WrestleMania. And there's the time where, but he gets it back eventually. But this feels like to me, okay, the Thunderbolts are here. They're the new Avengers. We set them up and they're getting all the fanfare. But oh my God, Robert Downey Jr. is here and he's taking all the spotlight, and we have to obey him now. That's what it feels like to me. It feels
Didn't
like
that WrestleMania event pay off? Wasn't it good?
But it did pay off. Yes, that's my point. That paid off, but this cannot. There's no way that we could go, we don't want Doom because we do want Doom.
Yeah.
There's no way to change this.
Yeah.
There's no way to change it.
I am genuinely I genuinely believe that Doomsday or Secret Wars, or both of them, will be really good. I actually have a lot of I have a lot of faith that they're going to go about it in a completely different way, where it's not necessarily I mean, they have to, because they've fucked the multiverse saga up so much. I mean, God, I was watching
completely.
Where's Kang?
Loki season 2 was crazy, because even by the end of that show, they're just like, look, Kang doesn't really matter. We'll fucking deal with that. Like,
they
as
just
it comes.
said,
And I was
just some noise over there.
Yeah, they're like,
and that was all of
Quantumania.
Yeah,
and it was it felt so inconsistent. I'm like, this is the build up for Kang, and it doesn't matter.
They might as well have just said, "Oh, Kang just died in a car crash over there."
Yeah,
they might as well have just said that.
But I think they're going about it, obviously, because they have to, in a different way, where it's not necessarily the build up with Thanos and these Infinity Stones. They're going to, if the leaks are to be believed and if they're real, they're going to start this whole Avengers thing as though you didn't even really see the last few movies. We're starting from scratch. None of these characters understand what's going on. And I think story-wise, that is brilliant, because it is such a, like, we have fucked this up. How do we, like, reinvent a way to make this interesting and make this work? And if they do that idea well, I think we could walk away and be like, that's one of the best MCU movies.
I guess because they can't hit the ground running is the thing. Like they just that's not the
No,
position they're in.
You are not carrying the momentum in. Yeah, not
exactly.
at all.
There is no momentum. Yeah, exactly. So
unless Fantastic Four is great and Pedro is like
that's still
front and center co-lead.
I don't know. It's
like,
still
I just think
too late, I feel.
it's hard to care now, because I do believe that the end of the Secret Wars comics is going to be very similar to the end of the Secret Wars movie, where it's like Franklin is rebuilding the universe with like Reed kind of pointing out things here and there. And I think Secret Wars will end with like a soft reboot of the MCU, where we will keep characters like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and the Fantastic Four will all be the same, but we're going to get like young X-Men. So it's not going to be like
Avengers, like
Sir Ian McKellen putting on a Magneto suit again.
That's another thing.
He's like 90.
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. I feel because I wish, because I really do like the idea of the post-credit scene. You said, Harper, you said it could have been an email or something. What'd you say? Like it just could have been.
Oh yeah,
I think I said like you could just. I said you could just Google the written version of it.
Yeah, but I really kind of feel like I could get attached to the idea of a Sam Wilson-led Avengers and a new Avengers. I feel like that was a obvious collision course that they could have built up, right? What is he laughing about?
It's just like, I was going to make a joke where I was going to be like, well, you know what might save the MCU, Tyler? And then go Armor Wars, because it got canned. And then all I thought about was that photo of me going for a thing that's not even
not even a real.
That's never going to happen.
Pranked you.
All it was a title card.
Yeah,
they showed you Armor Wars and just burned it in front of you. They showed the Blade fans Blade and burned it in front of you.
Yeah, because I feel like if this had worked properly, I really think that could have been a good Avengers movie. because I feel like there's so much storyline on the ground in the MCU.
Tyler's on a podcast with like 3 different versions of himself, like fighting over who wants to talk. I think. Well, the thing is, and here's the other.
Here's the thing, though. No, yeah, I got the void in me, bro. But I think there's so much I think that is set up, right? So if we go to like Wakanda Forever, which Val is in, the whole plot of her being in that movie is that she wants to invade Wakanda, right? And that by the end of it, the CIA is giving her like the go ahead, right?
There's an Avengers to be in the end credits.
Dude, there's an Avengers movie somewhere that is Val sending her new Avengers into Wakanda and Sam Wilson's Avengers, who are the real Avengers, even though they're not technically the licensed Avengers, defending it. And you could get like, I think the Civil War,
cool, yeah.
Dude, the Civil War between Bucky and Sam is at least better than like on the scale of, you know, Cap and Tony and, you know, Arrow and the Flash. It's higher than Arrow and the Flash, at least, right?
Whoa!
As far as versus fights go,
I don't know. I don't know.
But that could have. I think that could have been really interesting.
Is that an Avengers movie story? Like, am I going into Avengers and it's a squabble over Wakanda?
But it could. But dude, like Namor, you know, Wakanda, the Avengers. Okay. Shang-Chi's there, you know, like all of these characters that they build up. I feel like that could have been really interesting. I feel like that's the story.
More interesting if they fight Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom.
But that's the thing. That's the thing is like I feel like there's
just like how many characters would be in that movie where it's overwhelming because we know like who's on Sam's team. You probably have to match the same amount, right?
What about Doomsday though?
Oh yeah.
Doomsday has multiple universal versions of
and there's still more because
but like the X-Men are coming back just to get trashed. Let's be real.
Yeah. We know the Doomsday cast, but there's also characters like we know that Wong's probably in this. He wasn't on the chair. We know that Jeremy Renner's not in this because half the salary thing. So it's kind of
it's weird. But because I think that I would have thought that was a cool Avengers movie. I think the thing is that what do you do with the Avengers post Endgame, right? Because do you condition your audience then? Let's say they had an Avengers movie at the end of Phase 4. Are you conditioning your audience to now go, Avengers is not the biggest franchise in the world now. We have to do a small scale one. And you kind of bite the bullet on shrinking your franchise, which the previous one was the highest grossing movie of all time. You know you're not going to get that return on investment. So I understand why they didn't do that.
That's also what they are doing.
But in their perfect... But in their perfect world, I genuinely think they think that Doomsday and Secret Wars are going to make Infinity War and Endgame money, right? But I think
will come close.
I think they'll do really well.
I don't think
Tyler's like no way it's making more than the Marvels.
Yeah. Mission Impossible is going to clear Avengers for sure.
Hope, dude. That would make me very happy. But I still don't know.
Tyler, Doomsday and Secret Wars combined or Karate Kid Legend first weekend?
Oh my god. Well, all right. Tough. I gotta go into the numbers of who's watching Cobra Kai first, and then I'll get back to you. But
genuinely going to be the first movie to make negative money at the box office. It'll be
to give back people's tickets. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Or maybe it'll be like remember when Vin Diesel was like, maybe it'll be like the Fast and Furious movies where like you leave Karate Kids and you're like, you know what, get me a ticket to the next screening right now.
Next one, yeah. Hunter, you watched all the Karate Kid movies, yeah.
Yes.
How many are there? How many? 5?
There's 5.
How many are good?
3.
That's better than Star Wars, dude. That's better than Star Wars.
It's not true. It's also not true.
I think original. I don't believe it. I think original. I think 2's okay.
2 is fine.
I think 3 is better than. I think 3 is better than 2. 4 is the worst movie I've ever seen, maybe ever.
Wait for Doomsday.
That's the Sandra Bullock one, right?
Yeah, it is. And then
the reboot.
And then the reboot. I think the reboot's pretty decent.
I don't think you're actually bad. Like it's crazy how insane that here. That's a crazy. Do not listen to him, Tyler. Do not fall for his lies.
I never will. I never will.
You spoke Vin Diesel for a second. Do you remember when Vin Diesel went?
Oh my god, I forgot. Yeah, Black Bolt. That's right. He was gonna be Black Bolt. Wow.
What I was going for, but
what? Isn't that not what he was? Wasn't he supposed
I do remember
to be
him saying that.
Boltagon?
I think he posted on his Instagram just a picture of Black Bolt.
Oh, I thought that was the tease because it was
it's the meme. Like never speak ill.
Oh yes, I do. Okay, yeah, no, I do that.
Did not remember that at all.
Anyway,
he's gonna be Black Bolt.
I guess we got to talk more about the Thunderbolts as a movie on its own, because like we keep talking about the what could be, but I think I feel like another reason I was kind
We
of
actually
disappointed.
haven't talked about the movie literally at all.
Yeah, no
I've never seen that photo in my life.
bullshit.
It's a picture of you, dude.
Oh,
It's a
No,
live
no,
thing
okay,
from behind
okay,
you.
we're talking how we're scared for the future of the MCU and
Yeah,
everything.
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts
I'm
is
personally
good.
not.
I do think it's a
I
good
think
movie.
what I felt disappointed by regarding the movie was that a lot of hubbub was about how it's shot on camera, it's shot in camera, all the stunts are real, all whatnot. So I think I expected more bombastic action, better act. I feel like there wasn't a whole lot of that. I feel like
but I
it
think it
was.
looked good.
There
It
was a
looked
decent
good.
amount.
No, but I was expecting like the way that they kept showing like we're dropping Florence Pugh off a building and we're blowing up cars and we're smashing shit. Like I expected bigger,
When Red
better
Guardian
set
saved
pieces.
that little girl and like that cement block hit him in the back,
Yes.
that was a real cement block. That
I mean,
I'm
it
just-
sorry,
looked
but
like it.
I watched the greatest movie ever made last night, Iron Man 3.
Iron Man
and that
3.
part,
I saw
the
that.
part where he's got the gauntlet on one arm and the boot on the other, and he's zipping around that warehouse. That was better than any action scene in this movie, genuinely.
I think so
100%.
too, but I think
100%.
that sucks because I think you have a lot of characters here that you could put in really interesting
Do cool shit.
dynamics. Because the thing
It
is, they spend an hour in that first set piece in the desert, right? Like there's a whole hour there, pretty
Yeah.
much, where I felt
I
like
think
it.
they
I
none
did
of,
remember
do-
feeling like, oh, is this the movie?
yeah,
They're
no,
trying
like,
to
is this the
escape
whole
thing.
movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like I
kinda
wasn't.
like them.
I wasn't
together.
interested enough. I felt they didn't do enough. A lot of it was the character interactions of the banters, which I think is what people say or people mean when they say classic MCU feel, right? Where it's the crossover. But I feel like I was expecting more interesting uses of their. I mean, I guess they all just fucking punch
abilities.
people, but
No,
like,
no, you are correct. You are
yeah,
100% correct. They needed
yeah.
to do more cool things like Tony zipping around doing that because this is a comic book movie. I think the only thing that stood out that they did that's very cool is when like I think Yelena threw a knife and it kind of like bounced off
That was
every
sick as fuck.
character,
Yeah, I
and
love
then US
that.
agent caught it. Like
Yeah.
they needed to
Yeah,
do
oh,
more
that
stuff
was
like
sick
that.
as fuck. That
I feel-
actually,
that's
that
what I
fight where they
character
all
interacted.
first show up in the
Is
the
a
thing
really
and they're
good
fighting
fight.
each other. That is
They
really
gotta
good.
do
But I don't
more
think-
stuff
Dude,
like that.
People get punched so hard in that scene. It's
people get flung by
They
shields.
get flung so
Yeah.
hard. It's
Why do
hilarious.
you think that Taskmaster did not have a bulletproof mask?
I don't. I don't understand. I don't even understand the misdirect of
You're
having
not the
like,
one I'm
is it-
after or
Is
whatever.
it just to show? Is it just to show like stakes? Like, oh, they're all here to die.
I don't
Like,
know.
I guess so.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know
so
why
random.
they felt the need to kill her. Like they could have just had her be a character as well in the movie, right?
Or have I don't know, or have her like get incinerated, and they're like, oh, we blame what's her face for this, not like
'cause I guess
Ghost
that-
shoots her in the head and goes just
And then
like
they all go,
so
"Oh,
That
should
was
I
a
not have
joke,
done that?
right? And then they loot
Yeah.
her body as well.
They
John's
do,
like,
yeah.
she wouldn't want me to have this. Oh, it's cool.
Yeah, she went over. John is
John
has
was really
nailed-
good at
He's
this.
excellent. Yeah.
Wyatt Russell, I love him to death. He is also not nearly as good an actor as his father, but
Not yet.
he plays he plays like this niche little dickhead character so well.
Like a
in
frat jock
everything.
kind of character. Yeah.
In everything, he does it so
22
well.
Jump
Although I tell
Street.
you what- yeah, yes, that's
Huh.
right. Him and Channing Tatum.
High school football championships 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Go Bears.
He's such
I
an
love
asshole.
that.
Yeah, no, because I feel like I love that line where Bob's laughing. He's just like, "You're Captain America. You're an asshole."
You're an asshole.
Like, that's so good. I thought John was maybe, I don't know if he was my favorite character, but I did feel like he felt the most
Yeah.
like
I
a
wanna see
character
more
that
of it.
mattered. Yeah, like someone.
he
Yeah.
feel- and he
Yeah.
feels like unique. He really has branched out to be
It's
like
his
part
own
of this
guy, yeah.
Yeah, like my girlfriend like said this was the best part of the movie, and I also think it's the funniest part when Bucky first shows up and John just screams. I thought it's the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Bucky! So
Like,
happy.
they're
Bucky!
dynamic. It's so like
Yeah.
I appreciate them carrying that over from Falcon
The
and the Winter
show, yeah.
Soldier, a show that's really good with a terrible finale and a terrible villain, Tyler. But yeah, I thought John Walker was probably second favorite next to Sentry. I think
I do
Sentry
like that
was-
he's coming back.
easily my
too.
favorite.
Yeah,
This
because
isn't
I thought John. I do
Yeah,
like the
100%,
dynamic between
100%.
he and Bucky, where Bucky's like, I should be the adult and I shouldn't hate this guy, but like I
Yeah,
really
dude.
do. Like
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
can't get over it. I can't get over that he's not Steve. And I know, like, what I really do like because he does, like you said, he does feel like the unique one where the Thunderbolts are the new Avengers, but they're also just kind of the like, you have a Black Widow on that team, you have a Captain America, that kind of
and
idea.
another Captain America.
And another Captain America, and another. Yeah, doesn't necessarily work that way, but he feels the most to me like a direct continuation of the previous MCU in a way. Him and Yelena at least.
And he fits in so well. Like, I can see him, Bucky, and Sam having a begrudging team up, and like they both hate this guy, but they also kind of get it. They're like, oh, like I hate him, but I was like, there's a little bit of something to him. Although it really did not work for me when we're seeing like all the terrible things they've done, and they're just like, oh, look at John Walker being a terrible dad. I'm like, I don't feel bad.
He should have been like in the place in Captain America or Falcon and the Winter Soldier where he killed that guy. Like,
that guy, I know. Like, it's just him neglecting his
baby.
His
best friend died. Yeah,
come on, man.
I think it kind of shows because it's like those didn't affect him as much as what other people thought of him because he's looking at the news.
And that is the point. And I like that angle.
Yeah, I like because he really gets offended when they call him like a dime store Captain America. Like he
I was actually the official Captain America.
For like 5 seconds. Yeah, he's like, yeah. I did really enjoy that. He is one of the. I think he is maybe one of the more interesting characters. I thought
absolutely
because the movie is not.
I like the joke with the "Do you like your hat?" He's like, "Yeah, I like my hat."
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Cool. I mean,
I felt it. He's like, no, I think it's. I mean, it's a helmet. I think. What do you guys think? Like, he's really. That shit got to me, man. I felt genuinely bad.
It's a good hat.
I think my favorite line of the movie was him going, "He turned my shield into a taco."
Yeah.
Some of the jokes in this are really good.
Yeah,
I think it got funnier as it went. There were some early jokes where characters are doing like a. It's right behind me kind of shit. And I was like, oh God. Like Ghost says something when they're walking up like the pillar where they're all got their backs to each other. And it's like someone, and he was like, someone's got a really hard butt. It's like, that's my suit. I was just, oh my gosh, shut up. There were a couple of times where I went like.
When they land after Sentry falls from the sky and she's like, I'll call an Uber. It's like, okay. But later on, we get Red Guardian.
She took a poop in the middle of the football
of the field.
when Red Guardian first shows up in the limo, he's like, Yelena, it's your dad.
I do like that. I like her being like an embarrassed daughter. I don't think that they earned that because remember, he sold her into child slavery.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. Yeah, I was like, what? Wasn't he bad?
Because I saw the movie with my dad and with Brie, and she said to me, she was like, so that's like, I don't remember if she remembers anything about Black Widow, which to be fair, 4 years ago, whatever. But she said, oh, so that's like her dad. And I didn't want to explain like, yeah, but he like sold her. He's not really dad. Because for the sake of this movie, you have to assume he was a good dad. And we know he wasn't, right? The movie opens, Black Widow opens with him injecting them with syringes and then selling them off to Harvey Weinstein, right? That's how the movie opens. And I think
well, when you put it like that,
he's got to be the pathetic one, right? Like he's the joke. He's the character that cannot be serious until I guess he is. I did really enjoy him, but I don't think I buy him as a good guy at all. Don't put that guy on the Avengers.
He's not.
Don't put him on a Wheaties box. What are you doing?
Well, that's the point of this. None of these people are good people.
Sure, yeah, no,
but
I
get the whole
like
father-daughter thing. But also, Yelena was like, she was like 5 years old when that happened or something, and then they moved to America and did the fake family thing. So I think in Black Widow, don't they explain like Yelena still thinks that? Like,
sure. Oh yeah,
that connection because she was so young.
I forgot about that when they're on the farm or whatever, and she's like, this was
because Natasha's yelling at her, be like, he sold us, and she's like, yeah, but he's the all I have.
Like, all right. I guess that is true. Wow,
look at Hunter pulling out knowledge from a movie from 4 years ago that we didn't remember to justify something in.
And I only saw it that one time.
I'm genuinely impressed. Well done.
I remember them discussing this.
You had like cited evidence that actually bolstered your opinion. I really respect it. Karate Kid is gonna suck. Anyway,
I do think though that David Harbour is very funny as Red Guardian. Like he's just so excited and so
I like that he calls
over
the team
top.
when they're in the limo. He calls it to Yelena her friends. He's like pretending like these are like her friends from school.
Yeah,
I felt like such a stupid like 2012 Vine fan because every time he like screamed something, I actually thought it was really funny.
Yeah, it's just the way he screams.
Just the way he screams is really funny.
Yeah, evil pillow.
Yes. Yeah. That's right.
It is.
Yeah.
It is just kind of like the smooth brain in like our smooth brains were just like Russian accent, funny Russian accent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
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 But
Dude, the
because
Russian
what I was gonna
accent,
say,
the silly Russian accents were on full force.
this is, I think, less of a Thunderbolts team movie, and it's more of a Black Widow sequel, Yelena movie. Like it is, I
Yeah.
think, full on a movie about Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, and I think that she is I think she is a good character. I think she's very interesting by the end of this, but I
Yeah.
think that they could have done more with like the team dynamic of it all. Because like
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like Bucky as a character is just kind of thrown in there. I don't think he's really
Yeah,
got
I was
much to
gonna
do.
mention
No,
that.
100%. Yeah.
And I
yeah.
assumed
I
that
was
he was going to be
thinking-
like on the road recruiting these characters and stuff. Like I thought he would be more
No, he has nothing
proactive
to
in
do
the
with the
plot.
recruition.
I
Yeah.
don't know why I don't. I
And he
genuinely
doesn't
like,
talk much too. He's
Yeah.
very quiet.
He's got one of my favorite lines in the movie though, is when at the end, when they all go through the void and they're like, "What did you see?" And he's like, "I have a
Oh,
great
yeah.
past." So
Great life. Yeah, no, so it's actually fine for me.
it's great, man. I love
I
that.
do wish we saw what he saw. I wish we saw what Ghost saw too.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing. We only see
Just
what
him
Yelena
killing
saw.
Tony's parents. Over
It's just
and over
her movie, you know. Like I do wish we got all of their interactions, all of them overcoming the
Yeah.
void, because I felt like I see a lot of people saying that like when they all hug Bob at the end, that they were like overcome with emotion. I didn't. I had to pee really bad, to be fair, but I felt like I didn't feel much out of it because it was just Yelena and Bob.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
was just Yelena and Bob. I get the
Yes,
I get it,
Harper.
I do get the
You were tearing up.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I get
got
it.
to me.
I do.
I get why
I-
people would.
I loved all the Bob shit. I mean, like, I loved
he
the
was
Bob shit a lot
fantastic.
up until a point. And then there's the part where Yelena looks through the floor and you see that Bob's family was like incredibly abusive. And I was like, he's just like me for real. And I really vibed with that.
You're
It was a little
also
bit
an
too
addict
much.
on meth going around.
I'm an addict on meth. I was on meth.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that
he
he
was-
screamed that.
He was great.
was awesome,
Because I
man.
really, I think the Sentry is a character that I don't know if I thought they would ever actually do him in the MCU, because there's a lot of baggage with that character. They obviously didn't
Superman
do.
clone, obviously.
Yeah, they obviously
Hmm.
didn't do the retcon, which I don't know if I think that's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, as soon as they were like, we were doing trials for blood. I'm like, we are not going to see this guy in the Avengers.
Yeah, and because I don't
It
know
wasn't
if I
ever
think
gonna
that was a
happen.
missed opportunity, because I feel like that was the interesting thing about the Sentry. Like that's what made the
Yeah.
Sentry cool. So I
Man
feel
at a
like
time.
if you're gonna do the
Good
Sentry
call.
and you don't do that, I am disappointed by that, but also
Mhm.
recognize that that's like a very hard sell to an audience. Like if
Yeah,
you had
yeah.
CGI'd him into the Battle of New York and said he was always there, I think people would have like thrown their popcorn at the
Been
screen or something.
Yeah, be like, what?
Yeah. But
It would
I
have.
did.
It would have been no. I think they could have done like the experiments happened back in the day,
Yes.
and he's basically ageless or whatever. And then you have him go, "No, I was there, Battle of New York," and they're like, "No, you were." Like, you don't actually have to show us. You
Yeah,
could just have
I
him. I know
think-
that that's the fun of it is seeing him there, but you could. Have him
I thought,
say it.
but they could have implied. I thought they were implying like that he may have been a super soldier test around the time of Captain America. Like I thought that could have been interesting. Like you said, maybe ageless, where he's like maybe he's like 100 years old too. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
That's kind of cool.
and
Yeah,
and
I
he's
would've
been
liked that.
around, and I think. Like imagine Bucky recognizing him, like, oh, the Winter Soldier's met you before, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I
Even
think it could have
regarding
been
him,
cool.
be like, I know they mentioned the Sentry in
You were
regarding,
only
it's like, I know
Wheaties
that
boss.
name. Like Sentry? No, Sentry's been long dead. Something like that.
Yeah, or Sentry's a
Yeah,
myth or whatever. You know,
It
like,
has
that
only
could've-
been a decade. It cannot be a century. Like,
Yes. No, we're talking about Sentry, not Century. That's on Force Works.
I'm sorry. I'm. Oh, wow. God.
yeah, the Force Works
But
reference.
it is.
A Force Works reference. Wow.
is-
in
Yeah.
2025 in this economy.
I wish we saw the suit more.
Yeah, no,
I think the suit looks good.
suit does look
I
good.
wish he was. I wish he looked like David Finch's version, where he's just like extremely like Hulk body but small.
yeah, just
I'm
just wearing
I
skin
like when I
tight.
remember
yeah.
when Daredevil saw him at the bottom of the prison and New Avengers. He's just
Yes.
like in the corner, just
Beard.
jacked.
I what I do really like though that they did with the Sentry was that they did the in the comics it's Norman Osborn, but they did the authority figure manipulating him. I thought they
Mhm.
did that very well with Val. I don't know that I thought there was enough of it, but I think that they did that. I like that being an aspect of it where it's like Val has this guy in the palm of her hands and he's so powerful, but he's going to go rogue and break loose and whatnot. Because I think that the Norman Osborn thing it's probably the best thing they ever did with the Century, right? Where I love the conversation in and it's not New Avengers, it's Dark Avengers, where Norman's like, listen, I've also got this demon in my head. I got this thing that talks to me. His name is the Goblin, and trying to like connect with Bob on that level. I think that's excellent. So I think her doing that in a sense where she's like, I know what it's like to struggle and whatnot, but she's manipulated him. She's obviously just sees him as a weapon. She doesn't see him as a human.
Yeah.
And seeing him kind of lose the confidence and then gain the confidence and then be encompassed by the void, I thought was really interesting. I just think this movie could have probably been longer. I think we could have spent a lot more time.
Absolutely.
It could have been longer and also shorter.
The ending shocked me how it's just like how it ends just like that. I'm like,
they do that a lot now. I realize Marvel movies, they just fucking end.
The whole world was all New York was shadows.
So the whole world
recovering, and there's a whole press team just ready within the rubble of the streets.
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, she did say
she said she was calling the press
ready.
Yeah.
But you think
they must have all just been
over what just happened?
No, get ready, you'll be fine. I know you just fought through your worst nightmares, but like
when that little girl got bobbed, dude, oh my god.
I know. Yeah, because like that
she
was
turned to a shadow.
It's when you simultaneously go, oh my god, and also, oh, they're gonna be fine.
I didn't think so. I thought they were going to commit suicide.
100%. Nah,
I think when they come,
there's no
when
way
they started...
he's in Avengers. There's no way he shows up in Doomsday and he's pasted half of New York, including kids. Not happening.
But they show. I mean, fucking Black Widow blew up a little girl, and that was like.
Yeah, but that was after we saw that after she died.
But they mention it, don't they? Dracov's daughter or whatever. Loki says it. I don't know. Yeah, you're right, but they don't show it. I guess that is a step too far. The Void, I thought, was really well done though. Because it's obviously the theme of the movie, right? It's like the theme of the movie. So I thought tying that in, that's what a real movie does, where it's like, oh, these characters not just fit the plot, but they fit the themes and everything of the movie. They fit what it's talking about. Like this movie is talking about the void that people have in their lives and how it can be fulfilled by working together and having friends and shit like that. Like, sure,
Yeah, I think he's talking to Yelena about like what it feels like. And he mentioned, he's like, it feels like, and he goes, like the void. Do you guys do backflips?
I did do backflips.
I did several somersaults, actually.
I'm like, I get it. That's from the comic books.
Well, she opens with the term "the void," doesn't she? She says,
"Yes, she does. It is like a void."
You know what I was thinking? There was a second in my brain where, the early, first 5 minutes of the movie, she's breaking into a place and it's called Oxcorp, but she's got an accent. Yeah. And I didn't think it was. There was a second where I was like, maybe it's not Oz, Corp. Maybe it is Oxcorp, but maybe they'll reveal Norman Oxborn.
Oh my god!
And then I went,
how desperate are you?
What's wrong with
It's Willem Dafoe, but he does have like the waves.
He's got the waves, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
One cool thing about this movie, the intro, it was all like Thunderbolt, or not Thunderbolt. It was like Century Comics and
I think the intros it seems like the intros are going to be different every movie now. Like
I like that.
Brave New World didn't have a regular Marvel Studios intro either. The Fantastic Four was going to be cool, Falcon, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be like old Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be blue and white and
But
well done, Hunter. Your deductive reasoning is second to none. I think it's good, man. Because blue and white. How does he do it? Every week he comes on here. How does he do it?
If you guys look at the marketing for Fantastic Four, like the poster and everything, it's blue and white mostly.
Oh my god, and their costumes are blue and white, dude.
And I didn't even think of that. I didn't put those two and two together.
I know, because you're a silly man. I think because the void aspect of it, I think could have been more explored, like you said, with the other characters.
Absolutely, it's disappointing that it wasn't.
Yeah, because I thought I was like, they're doing a good job of making me care about Ghost or something like that. But
they're doing the
characters.
Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
But sorry, I'll just go real quick. But it's just like I feel like the characters didn't get no character except for Yelena really closed their arc. I felt.
Yeah, they were doing the Scarlet Witch in Age of Ultron thing where she's going around to the Avengers and they're seeing things, but those things mattered a lot. And it feels like here, like it really messed Tony up for future movies. For Thor, it put Thor on a side quest. Yeah, it's not like
really
that was weird, and then that's it.
really fucked Tony Stark up, dude. He spent an entire third Iron Man movie having PTSD over the Avengers. He kind of got over it. He worked on it, and then like the next year, Scarlet Witch was like, "What if aliens come back again?"
And then he's like,
"Oh
you know what?
fuck,
We got to break up the Avengers now.
yeah,
Yeah,
we got to make Ultron again.
Yeah.
Let's do it."
But
one thing,
it feels like the Scarlet Witch thing mattered here. This point, I feel like you could have made it matter if you showed what the other characters were experiencing. Like, what did Red Guardian see?
and because
Like, I
and I
wanna-
also think that could
Probably
have been
him selling his daughter.
Yeah, exactly. Like that could have been way more
But
poignant.
that would have been good. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, no, I agree.
because like a character like Ghost, I thought Ghost was very entertaining in this movie, but I don't
she
really
was good.
know that I know anything about her. You know, like I
Her
feel
name's
like
Ghost.
I don't, what was her name? Ava, right? Her name's Ava.
Mm.
And I know that we saw a lot of flashbacks in Ant-Man and the Wasp and stuff like that, but I think, like you said, they could have put the time into it of really showing what everyone saw and having it all connect in, because I felt like the big hug of Bob at the end was kind of weightless because we only ever saw what Yelena saw, you know?
Mhm.
And so
I agree.
I don't know. I do like though that
It's even characters like Bucky and Red Guardian weren't there when they met Bob and really talked to Bob too. So he's just kind of like a guy that is the villain of this story.
It's Bob.
Yeah,
That's Bob.
Bob. I thought what I do like, they're never going to mention this obviously in another movie, but I like the idea that every fucking character in the MCU just had like the weirdest trip nightmare that where they turn into a shadow. Like Matt Murdock is seeing the what the fuck did he see? I just kept imagining. I was imagining when the helicopter crashed and the crane started falling down, like Fisk having a heart attack.
It's all I could think about.
I wish
it's all
we
I
got
could
something like that. Yeah.
Peter Parker just saw the worst thing ever. You know, he probably saw Aunt May dying. Like, I like the idea of that, I guess, for these characters, but that's obviously never going to come up again.
Doctor Strange probably saw him being just a terrible person. Before
telling
he
a
got
guy
his
with
powers.
like, telling a guy with like very operatable cancer to like fuck off. Like,
Yeah,
I
or
could save your life, but no.
You don't think he feels bad for making that guy like put his face on the grill for like 2 weeks straight and making pizza balls and shit?
No, Bruce Campbell? No, hell no. He was trying to sell him
but
pizza balls.
That's true.
I think
He
he
wasn't trying to
forgets
sell them; they were
about it.
free.
Oh, they were free pizza balls. Did you know that they go on red? What?
Yeah,
That sounds like a multiverse of madness.
That's crazy, dude, isn't it?
And food?
Oh.
that was 3 years ago. That movie was 3 years ago.
Damn.
I did like that Val calls the Avengers Tower the Watchtower Sentry thing. Obviously, that's cool.
Yeah, I did flip over that.
Tyler, that you have ruined my brain there. Doctor Strange 2 was 3 years ago. When Doctor Strange 1 came out, he was in Thor the next year, Infinity War the year after, and Endgame the year after that. And then Spider-Man, 2 years after that?
Yeah, dude.
Man, what are they doing?
He's retired.
What are they doing?
What are they doing?
I don't
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
it.
I don't fucking know. Interesting character, I thought. Not interesting character, just interesting, I think, in terms of the Thunderbolts. But Val's like assistant, what's her name? Mel.
Yeah.
In the comic, she's got a little songbird thing. She's supposed to be Songbird, I think. She's got like the pendant in the comics. Songbird, who is a founding member of the Thunderbolts, is her name is Melissa. She's originally Screaming Mimi is her villain name. But obviously that's not going to happen in this, nor does it really matter in this. I think that's just
So we'll never see her again.
Yeah. I think we'll see her for a second in Doomsday or something. She'll be like Jarvis, I guess.
Yeah.
But like I said, I just don't know that I'm really invested in these dorks being the Avengers having to fight Doctor Doom. You know, like
they're not. That is also the point.
You could have done, but I feel like that would be because there's just no way to do this next movie where these characters you set up don't get fucking pantsed immediately and look like losers, and this movie was a waste. You know,
I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed when Red Guardian got flung out the window and then immediately brought
Yeah,
back.
they came back.
I was like, oh, it makes
I
sense.
noticed the windows and I leaned in. I'm like, here we go.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that it made sense in context. I was like, oh, I just thought he was good. Like that was the most ridiculous thing ever.
They just fling him into the sun or something.
Yeah, momentum keeps carrying him.
Mm.
So funny.
I think the main thing for me, I think a lot of it was that I just wish that there was more cool stuff. I don't know. I appreciate that there's an MCU movie now where there's not a big faceless battle at the end.
Yeah.
Though
And it is
again, it's
where would
literally
these characters appear again if not this,
it's
besides Bucky?
it is literally the same ending as Guardians of the Galaxy
Hmm.
again, but again, a good thing there's no faceless army. Like, yay! But I
It's a
still
good
just
thing
wish
there's
there
no
was
faceless
more.
army, but it also like
Kinda
I
would've been
felt the
cool.
pacing of it. You know what I mean? I felt the
Yeah.
pacing of it.
I had to
Yeah.
pee, man. Oh my god, I
This is
had
like a
to pee.
you. This is a you piss. And this is
I
the thing. I mean,
know.
we've spoken about it before, but you could have just pissed your pants like you always do because you are Tyler Pissy Pants J Torres.
Listen, just because I
That's true,
wear
that's true.
diapers doesn't mean I always piss my pants. All right. Anyway,
This was your opportunity to do
It's
so.
just a precaution.
I just got a text from.
Did you
Bree.
look to the side?
really- She says, I really enjoyed Sentry's little theme when he gets shot. Sick ass score. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, the music was good. The music
I
wasn't.
don't remember it.
Only music I remember is the little Avengers theme at the end, but they made a lot of hubbub again about how this movie's like the score from Everything Everywhere All at Once and the cinematographer of The Green Knight and the guys that built the chairs in another movie, you know. But like I felt like none of that. This didn't feel like anything other than a regular Marvel movie to me. And they sold it like it was
sick though.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I know what that ship looks. I do like that when the Fantastic Four ship comes through, John goes, "That's a pretty cool ship." It is a cool ship.
Because that also all but confirms that Galactus is munching that planet, dude.
Oh yeah, they're
this is the
escaping.
thing. Does Galactus destroy their planet, or
Or is it
does
an
like,
incursion?
or is it an incursion, or Doom? I guess even, but
It is
either
cool
way-
that they're fleeing. Like,
Or-
it would have been more exciting if
we
the ship
saw them.
landed and we saw them
them.
talk.
And we saw them. Even they just walk out. Even we just see one of the. Just
Show the inside of the ship.
If you
We, like-
showed me Pedro Pascal, I'm giving this movie an 11 out of 10 on
I could have
Letterboxd.
even just taken.
I would have been
I could have
so
taken
excited.
Herbie. I could have been okay with Herbie or something.
Like show
you
like
know?
a window or something
The
where they're
car?
looking and Johnny's like, that's Earth, and Reed's like, that's not our Earth. And then something like that.
Yeah,
Just
But I think
show
we've
him.
said this before, where like the peak of this could have been in the peak of the MCU if the Fantastic Four had landed on Earth and they were met by like Iron Man and Captain America.
Stop talking.
I know
Stop. I don't want
exactly.
to stop. Please
You don't even want
stop.
to think about it. Yeah,
No, I don't want to actually. I don't
No.
want to think about it, please.
I gotta
Because-
take over this, Tyler. I gotta take over this. He said to stop.
I'm sorry. Bro.
Okay, they're on the
All right,
ship.
all right.
They look out the window. Johnny goes, that's Earth. Ben goes, what? Johnny says, that's Earth. And Ben goes, I thought you said that's birth. Sue already gave birth. And then they show the baby.
Oh, that's good. And he just
And
took
then-
his
and
first
so
steps.
good.
And Pedro Pascal goes, say that again. that's the,
And then
that's
it
the
ju-
end credits.
Fantastic Four.
Big Four!
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I like that.
Everyone in the
Longest
cinema
post-credit scene ever.
collectively is like, oh no.
Yeah. I agree with you. I should.
Oh my
You
God.
should have seen them. I
I
mean,
thought you said that's birth.
people are
I thought you
very.
said that's burn.
People seem
Nah,
to
she's
be-
on-
So dumb. And Franklin's right there. Yeah. I think people seem to be
But
very.
he's like 4 years old.
I think people are very.
He
like,
takes like a step and goes, oh, it's Franklin's Fantastic Four first steps.
it's fantastic.
It's David, dude.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
This guy good or what?
Like,
When he's walking,
it's like
yeah.
oh, you see like on Instagram reels of people take movie clips and like the background's kind of cutting in. It's that's the version of the thing where he's like clapping. And you can see like, the
Okay,
background
yeah.
of him being in the kitchen, like
Yeah. Okay.
like the auto-generated green
it's-
screen effect.
yeah,
Yeah.
clipping through. Yeah. Oh my god.
It seems like people are very excited by this. Like it really did seem to like get people in my theater. A fucking nerd behind me said, just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in when
Oh,
that post credit
God.
scene
I didn't-
happens. But
I didn't have
felt-
any of those things.
Yeah, I just felt like yeah, duh. The next movie's Fantastic Four, you know? And
Although I did
That's
have
not,
a
that's not that bad. The worst. Remember when I said when I saw Thor: Love and Thunder and Hercules was at the end? And the guy behind me went like, "He kills Thor in the comics."
Yeah.
No, I'm
I-
sorry. The
When?
dude that was next to me at Venom 3 when Null showed up and he went, "Oh yeah, it's not," as if he wasn't in like all the marketing and as though you give a shit. That one nearly killed me, dude.
Yeah, I
that
think
one was bad.
I think that this could have had more weight earlier. Like if this was like obviously we were always going to know about the Fantastic Four movie on the horizon, but like if Fantastic Four was not in 2 months and if maybe this movie came out like a year or two ago, I would feel more hype for it because I'm just like the hype for Fantastic Four is already here. You don't really need to build it for me.
Tyler,
Because I get it.
you're like one of Doctor Strange's portals, bro. You know why?
Why is that?
Just going in circles.
Oh no, that's not nice. That's
Sorry.
true though.
Sorry.
No, but yeah.
Sorry.
I mean,
Sorry.
apparently this was filmed on the Doomsday set, is what they're saying, right? Like this was
What?
filmed last
I
minute.
saw that too.
Oh,
This was filmed on the set of
sorry.
Avengers Doomsday.
But you meant the whole movie. I was
Well, they
like,
have new
what?
suits.
No,
They
yeah.
have a new
Thunderbolts, the
logo.
movie was
Yeah,
filmed
they.
on the
I mean,
feels
they have
weird that,
really
like,
cheap looking
The
suits.
last movie, it's like Bucky's a congressman, and this movie is just like, actually, he's not anymore. We
Yeah.
don't want to
Yeah.
go that path no more.
He's a
Which,
congressman
it's
for 6
fair.
months, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
How did he get in to begin with?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he killed the
JFK.
king of
They also went,
Rwanda.
oh, the congressman who hasn't passed a single bill. Been there for like 6 months, man.
Yeah,
He's
it's
a
hard to
witness
pass
soldier.
bills,
I'm
dude.
not
You can't do it on
surprised.
your own.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
think he's going to propose anything and they're going to go, yeah, the war criminal? Yeah,
Honestly,
no,
if this was real, I think I'd be against him being the congressman.
100%.
Yeah,
Kill the
honestly.
king of Wakanda.
Release a book and go and move on with it. You know, like I don't care. I don't give a shit.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Like Ant-Man.
yes, like Ant-Man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, okay,
I
good
thought
movie,
Bucky
but
looked dumb in the
we-
post-credit scene. Anyway, yeah,
Yeah, no, they all look dumb.
it looked like a Marvel rival skin.
But also Sentry can't Sentry.
Yay.
Yeah.
I guess that's how they're gonna
Okay.
nerf him
He-
against Doom. or
Yeah, but
something,
he's
right?
definitely gonna again. next
He's
movie.
gonna, yeah.
He's got to.
Turns Doom into a shadow. They all cheer.
I think it's
Oh, that'd be
interesting that
sick.
they said the director said that Sentry is seemingly going to be a big part of Doomsday because he is so powerful. But I don't know if that means that he is so powerful, so we need to rally around him,
I was gonna say
Or he
RDJ is
is-
gonna tear him in half.
or he's going to get torn in half immediately. Yeah, I don't know. It could be like how they were like, we like playing with the mystery of Taskmaster. It could be like that,
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's.
I would still say it was a good movie. Oh, I wanted to read some of the reviews actually that people
Oh yeah, that's
wrote.
right.
On,
We got that message before from the Red Guardian, and their message was actually pretty funny. So I'm gonna read that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Um,
Yes.
They
Read
said
that one.
they said we were watching a video about war crimes in class, and they put an asterisk next to the victims' names to signify that those are obviously made up names in order to protect their identity. But without thinking, I just saw the asterisks and yelled out, "It's just like Thunderbolts!"
You yelled that out.
in the middle. It's just like Thunderbolts. Like, oh my god, dude!
So here we go. We got local comic Sean.
Oh, I'm out.
Absolute
I'm
cinema outside of the end credits and title
I'm
reveal. You're out.
Mhm.
Let's go
Right.
again. Nick Heasters. The more I think about it, the more I dislike it. Sad they didn't do the whole Sentry was there the whole time thing. Yeah. Fauchino 55. It was okay. Pretty disappointed because it felt very formulaic and many of the characters fell flat. I kind of agree. I think a lot of the characters did. I think it was very formulaic. I think
formulaic is spot on.
yeah, 100%. Foroboros. I really dug
I don't
it.
think that's like a bad thing that it was. though.
Yeah, I mean the MCU formula worked for so long that I think when a one is formulaic and not just dog shit, that's a good
Mhm.
thing.
Well, it's fine.
Foroboros, I really dug it. I liked that it had a proper and cohesive theme instead of being solely plot, cast, chemistry, 100%. Yeah, it was like a real fucking movie in that aspect. Stygian VK, surprisingly good. The way they dealt with depression was really good. I like that they even had those questions in this movie at all. That's cool.
I think
It's a Marvel movie.
it's wishy-washy in a way, but I really
Yeah.
no, I definitely felt I thought they did good.
Eric Cartman. I broke down when they started hugging him.
I'm going home. Sorry. Sorry.
Ma'am. I broke down and started bawling when they were hugging him. 4 out of 5. Yes. Also, the team low-key reminded me of y'all. A Hero Story asterisk coming soon. Sean as Taskmaster. That's good.
Oh, I'm out.
Ooh.
I'm out.
No, he gets shot in the head.
I'm out.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to be Ghost? You can do it. Like,
I'm
I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
And let's go with Rob Embers for last. Way better than I thought it'd be. I remember
Lost,
not being.
there was heaps.
There are heaps, but I don't want to read them all. But I
read
remember
them all.
not being hyped when it was initially announced. Yeah, I think we were kind of on the same boat there. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, please discuss my thing line here. I just gotta run real quick.
Okay.
Sean's outside my door.
All right. Bye bye, buddy. He says
S P
Sean's
He's
outside
out.
his
S
door.
He's
S
outside
no
my door.
CSPNR said it was actually a pretty cool movie. I enjoyed it, and then said Secret Wars officially started. I don't know that it is.
No,
I mean,
brother.
I
I'm sorry.
guess like
And it
Fantastic
should
Four
have
showing up.
been.
Doomsday was filmed in a week.
Yeah, that's true. It's over. They filmed it
Wow,
already.
pretty solid.
What?
Liked Century. Nice.
Wait,
Thank you,
what?
Adam Brown.
There, it's over. They filmed it already.
Oh, they said birth.
Yeah.
Get the fuck.
This
Oh, he
guy.
left.
He left because he's got to go have dinner with his daddy.
Oh, that's right. That's why we were recording early. I forgot all about
Yeah.
that.
I don't really have much more to say.
Orange Ranger SPD says it was great. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Oh, SPD. I like that one. Power Rangers. SPD Emergency. Yeah. I mean, we got a lot of these. I think it seems like people liked it though.
I'm not really sure what this one means. I liked when Harper started flying and calling himself Sentry.
Well, you don't know what that means. They did that.
Am I the Sentry?
Yes.
Hell yeah, dude.
You just don't remember it. I get kind of like fuzzy.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I don't.
Yelena and John are some of the deepest characters we've ever had in the MCU. I guess that's true. I guess that is true.
I don't know, man. We had Iron Man.
I guess it is true in the sense that one, we saw a guy like not being a good dad. I guess that is a deep level that they've
I don't
gone.
know.
It's deeper than Bucky. No, is it deeper than Bucky?
No, it's not deeper than. We've done a lot of work with Bucky.
Yeah, to make me like him, someone who historically did not.
Yeah. Sure, I'll give you that. That they are some of the deepest characters, but we have a lot of characters in the MCU at this point that we've explored in depth. I think they just really they're better because we've seen them multiple times at this point,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is there also something to be said for just like growing up in that era? Like we all, like us in this like decade age bracket in this generation of growing up, we probably gave more leniency to a Hawkeye who didn't get 1/10 of this character treatment realistically.
Yeah.
And yet because he showed up in a few things, we were like, yeah.
I mean, they eventually got there with Hawkeye, I guess. I mean, they didn't.
They guess, but that was post Endgame, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, but also I just feel like if this movie is an ensemble as it's supposed to be, and only Yelena and John feel that, I don't know that they did their job correctly, But
yeah,
still a good movie.
Who else is even on the team? Ghost,
Red Guardian, the Sentry. I even think Bob they did pretty good with actually. But
is there anyone else?
Is there anyone?
Oh, Bucky.
And Bucky. Yeah, but is that it? I guess that is it. How many is that? 6? 5, 6?
They could have benefited massively from another person. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but like you could, like a Daredevil or something would have been nice.
Daredevil and Thunderbolts?
They wouldn't do it in there. Yeah, but like a character in a costume.
Oh, well, who would you pick from the MCU? I mean, they could have kept Taskmaster, honestly, but
no, it needs to be someone people actually like.
Who's
the
in
Punisher?
The MCU? The Punisher? Oh, maybe. Oh, all right.
Although you would have had to deal with him the whole time being like, this is your goddamn problem. And then you'd be like, okay, whatever, man.
Yeah.
I don't take naps. Naps for the birds, man.
No, I was going to say a character, but I don't know if this is what makes sense plot-wise, but
Iron Man.
Okay, 2 kind of oddball ones they could have made work. Missing toys in the MCU. Shang-Chi's sister, leader of the Ten Rings. Right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And Abomination.
Abomination?
Yeah, they would have been cool. He's been around forever. Put him on the team.
Okay. No, actually, no, I get what you mean, because like then you've got the Hulk type. Actually, yeah you could do him because like She-Hulk did the work to bring him back and give him some sort of character.
Yeah, but I guess he was redeemed in that, so whatever.
Was
Hulk's
it
son?
No.
No.
Wow, your family.
Mordo.
That's
He's
what I'm
out there
thinking. I'm trying to
somewhere.
think sorcerers. Yeah, I was thinking like
It's just
probably
too
not
OP
Wong.
for this, like they wouldn't have worked for Val. You just need a character that would have worked for Val.
Maybe it's just Daredevil, bro. Just
He
put him in
wouldn't have
there.
worked for Val.
No,
you know?
he would not have.
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
kind of would have. I really like. I know cameo porn only goes like so far before you're like, oh God, they're doing this again. But like when all New York was getting like turned to total darkness,
shadows. Yeah,
I did kind of want to see someone reacting to it.
yeah. Spider-Man, but we're never gonna get that, are we?
No.
I'm just trying to think of another character, but yeah, it would have had to have been someone low scale that could
Mm.
work, that would have worked as like a mercenary. And I guess these are the only characters like that they have here. Because you can't have you can't have a super powerful character on the team.
They've got to be people with guns.
Besides
pretty
Sentry,
much.
I guess. But yeah, they just have to be people like that punch and kick, like she says. So I don't know.
Kate the Bishop.
No, she's on the Young Avengers. You forget they're building a whole different side of these team.
I guess they actually are. That was the post credits of Whatchamacallit, wasn't it?
The ending of the
Was it?
Marvels.
It wasn't even the post credits.
Wasn't even the post credits. Yeah.
What was the post credits?
Beast.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, fair point.
How about you know who could have fit on this team?
Dude, they were actually setting that like that Marvel's post credits actually means something.
Yeah.
That was the only thing actually leading into Doomsday.
Oh, how about this?
Because Kelsey
Okay.
Grammer's back in the X-Men. Yeah, go on.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mercenary character, at least at one point. Moon Knight.
Oh fuck yeah. I'd do it. Yeah,
He's also
absolutely.
got superpowers and shit. But I feel like
that's
he's
the
on
thing in the
he's on the
MCU, he's
scale
too
of like a
much.
John Walker, right? He can fly, I guess.
He flies. He flies, and also he cannot be killed. They
Yeah.
stab him, and he's fine.
I really, you know what? I still hope they make season 2, but like take that shit seriously. Like I think you could
make
do
it
it.
good.
Honestly, someone kills Khonshu or something and he loses his powers and you just keep it serious. I would
I know,
appreciate
like
that.
I know I'm late on it, but oh my, I actually can't tell you how much I loved Loki.
It was good.
I think it's the best thing ever made. I wanted to buy another cat and name another cat after Loki.
You gonna get the hot toy? The
I would genuinely that one. Yeah, like I don't think I could.
What about the
justify
skin in
TV
Marvel
movie.
Rivals?
No,
He's got
I
that
don't
though.
play Marvel. No,
But he's
I
got
don't
that
think so.
skin.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Does he have the powers? Can he just like erase the timeline?
No, but he does have a victory screen that is him doing that. So.
Oh, sitting on. I'm going to Google that after this.
I'll send it to you. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
So good.
The only thing I have left is just 2 comics this week. One of them was from last week. One of them is from this week. The one I want to go over first is Superman from last week because we have made a tradition of really cool Joshua Williamson and page reveals. So
Hunter's not even here for it.
Yeah, last issue, we get the reveal of a clone Lex in a Superman body. They call him XL, which is fun, I guess. But this was created by regular Lex Luthor before he had lost his memories. And he is regular Lex Luthor in this body. So he's like, a fucking asshole. But what I thought was really, really good, the moment that really got to me is that Superman and Lois are fighting this Lex and they weaken him. And then regular Lex, who again has lost most of his memories, shows up in the power suit, in the Kryptonian power suit, and blows his head off.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I love it because it's like Lex does that to an evil version of Lex. This is supposed to be the redeemable version of Lex. But now Superman is just like, what the fuck, dude?
Why did you blow his head off?
Yeah. Like it layers of drama that's just like really good. I really enjoy it. But the end page reveal in this I don't think is as good, but it is a still reveal. It's that Lois has lost her Superwoman powers.
Well, that needed to happen, to be fair.
But I feel like it was really short. It's been like 6 issues or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good stuff. This is issue 25. Superman's cooking, man.
Issue 25.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy for you, man. You got a good Superman run, and there's a movie coming out, bro.
At least there is a movie. We don't know if it's gonna be.
Do you remember
good,
the Bendis era? You were on Suicide Watch,
dude. I remember the Bendis era happening at the same time that we had no Fantastic Four comics, and look where we are now. Fantastic Four and Superman are actually probably the best comics in their main universes right now.
Oh, I did have someone. I had someone write in and say, Do you think that Spider-Man in comics is so shit right now because they're pulling Marvel Studios is trying to influence Marvel Comics like they did with Fantastic Four?
I have heard this theory that if you go back to when they started the MCU, that is when Spider-Man becomes, I think, more separate from the rest of the Marvel universe. Like that's when he stops hanging out with everyone and being like a crucial part. So maybe I could buy it,
But like, why?
but I
Who
don't
would want to
think
write those books? You know what I
who's
mean?
I don't know who at Marvel right now. I mean, they're obviously like really dumb, but I don't think that they're dumb enough to think that the movie audience is the same as the comic audience
Yeah, yeah.
to where like they could get away. Like you couldn't get away with the way that they treated the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. They didn't, but you could get away with that much cleaner than you can get away with shitting on Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah,
Yeah.
100%. It's
Which
all the
also they
internet talks
aren't
about.
doing. Yeah. They aren't getting away with, I mean. The other show I want to talk about, this is a kind of a big one, honestly, but the newest issue of Ultimate Spider-Man has a lot of very juicy, interesting stuff. Have you heard about this?
So spoilers, obviously.
Spoilers.
So let's say spoilers for the audience.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Is Harry Osborn dead? They kill him? Is he dead?
Oh, that was a
I
couple
saw a
issues ago.
gravestone.
That was
Oh,
a
okay,
couple.
okay.
Okay, no, the spoiler for this issue
Oof.
is I okay. So obviously on the Sinister Six we had Mysterio, right?
Uh-huh.
So we dive deep into Mysterio in this issue, and we
Oh my
reveal
God, he's Gwen Stacy again. I was kidding. I was kidding.
No. Gwen Stacy is Mysterio. Her dad was Mysterio at first.
I was
Stacy.
joking.
Yeah.
I was
So
kidding.
what they reveal is that there is this secret, like, okay. So there's a cabal of Mysterio.
Ooh.
Mysterio is like a, I don't even know how to describe it. There's like an Illuminati, and it's just Mysterio, right?
The Council of Mysterio is fucking.
No,
hell.
it is. Our craft is older than time. Our craft is older than the lie. Our power is ageless. The amulet passed down from sire to spawn. 1 to wear it, 5 to share it. We are Mysterio. That's
Whoa.
so
Yeah.
they know about the Maker. They know about all this stuff. Gwen Stacy
shit.
has secretly known about all this. Harry finds this book. They flash back to a Christmas where Harry bought this book for Gwen Stacy.
Oh my God,
and
she killed him.
It's called The World That Is and the World That Was by Dr. Jericho Drum. And it's about how Dr. Voodoo, obviously, Brother Voodoo. But it's about how there's this conspiracy theory out there that if you measure the tachyons or yada yada science nonsense, the timeline split at some point. And we were supposed to be one thing and now we're another thing. And that's obviously the Maker, right? And then they talk about how Gwen's talking about to the Mysterio Council, which is, I think, a funny sentence, the Mysterio Council.
The Mysterio Council.
They know about the Maker. They know that the Maker's in this prison for 2 years. And they know that Fisk is like working for Mysterio. They know, or for the Maker, they know all about what the Maker is and his plot and what he's done.
Oh, shit.
And they've known this secretly. And Harry did not die. She made it look like he died so that they could escape from Craven. But next issue is going to be like Harry. It says Harry's War next issue. So Mysterio's Gwen Stacy, Harry's Green Goblin, and they're just going to, I don't know, they're going to burn it down, I guess. It's cool.
I'm still a little bit in disbelief about that Gwen Stacy part.
Yeah.
That's like, what a crazy like reference to pull back to.
Yeah.
The time where Nick Spencer retconned Norman Osborn sleeping with a minor by making it Mysterio.
She wasn't a minor. I hate to be that guy, but to be fair, she was.
Yeah. I'm a fan of Charles Xavier. I can justify
19,
quite a bit.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, he's a bad guy, isn't he? Even if she was a minor, even if she was
like it's bad in a way.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, that's all I got. Thunderbolts.
Excellent.
Good episode.
Cool. Yeah.
What do I
Tune in. in
I
the
just
next
said,
day or
wow,
so
I
to
just said it
watch.
like you said it. I just said tune in.
Tune in. Tune in for
Tune in.
Tyler's video about the Thunderbolts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. See you guys next
Excellent.
week with out of context quiz. Star 5-star
Oh my
reviews,
God,
send
I forgot
emails, all that
about it.
stuff. Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me. I've got to edit my face onto Uncle Sam going, I want you.
Hell yeah. All right. We'll see you next week.
Is that cultural appropriation?
Yeah, man. He's a white guy.
I don't